I've been getting a lot of requests, people just telling me to do a quick beginner guide to crypto trading, especially in 2025. So this is for people that are really looking to make their first trade, right? So making your first trade is sometimes a little bit daunting, especially if you've never really dealt with crypto. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step process in this video. Cryptocurrency trading doesn't have to be intimidating, guys. In fact, with the right platforms and the right mindset, you can make your first trade in under 10 minutes. So in this guide, I'm really tailoring it to absolute beginners and breaking everything down from platform selection to placing a limit order using today's top cryptocurrency exchanges. So why trade crypto, right? So crypto is really good because there's 24/7 market volatility, right? So there's big price moves, big opportunities if you are able to capitalize on it. So crypto never slips. The markets are running 24/7. And also with crypto, if you custody your own assets, that means you're fully in control. That gives you access to your funds anytime without any censorship. And there's many platforms that you can do that on, especially if you want to get started with cryptocurrency trading in the derivatives market. You can use platforms like GRVT, for example. So if you're looking to build a long-term or even just a short-term trading strategy, I think this year is the perfect time as we are about to get this bull market really ramping up. The first thing to do is to choose the right platform, right? So there are many different platforms. I'm just going to give you some of my top platforms that I try to recommend to beginners. You can use a platform like XT.com, for example, which gives you the options for spot futures, copy trading. It has a simple interface, and also you can copy trade the pros, right? The links to all the platforms will be in the description. If you want to get started with a hybrid CeFi, DeFi, self-custody solution, you know, you can literally use a platform like GRVT, Gravity. And if you want to do perps, right? So institutional tooling, copy trading, and risk management strategy, maybe you want to use a platform like Blofin. One of the top platforms is MEXC for those that are looking to trade low cap altcoins with high liquidity. And you can also do perp trading with low fees, MEXC. Then you can use platforms like the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, that's Binance, an all-in-one exchange, and it has deep liquidity and so many cryptocurrency pairs and so many other offerings aside from just trading, right? You can do staking and so much more on platforms like Binance, and a lot of these platforms do offer bonuses and discounts typically, so you can check out what's available to you. If you use the links in the description, you may be able to qualify for some of those incentives as well. So check them out for yourselves. The next thing you need to do is then fund whatever account you want to fund, right? So you can use a credit or debit card if you want to on-ramp onto Binance or XT or TapBit, okay? So these are usually fast. They do include obviously a little fee. And then you can also just do direct crypto deposits on most cryptocurrency exchanges, and these don't actually charge you fees for depositing for the most part, right? So you can also try P2P platforms. OKX is a P2P marketplace. Binance also has a P2P marketplace. Bybit also has a P2P marketplace. But there are some original P2P platforms out there like Remitano, for example, that you can do local crypto swaps, and having so many diverse payment methods in your jurisdiction, you can also conduct arbitrage on P2P markets. So what you want to do is to make sure when you fund your account, you're double checking your wallet addresses, because with cryptocurrencies, we use cryptographic keys, right? So if you make a mistake or you send the wrong asset to the wrong address or use the wrong network, for example, if you're meant to use a Tron network, but you send an ERC token, you might actually lose your funds for good. So you need to be very aware of this. The next thing is to understand the basic order types, right? Before you buy, you need to understand what are market orders. So market orders, for example, these execute instantly at whatever the current market price is. Then you also have things like limit orders where you set the price and you have more control, but these may not fill instantly, right? And then you can have things like stop loss orders where you can automatically sell your positions and at a specific loss level, for example, or you can take profit at a particular level that you want. For example, if BTC, let's say, hits 60K, you could place a buy limit for 58,000 or a market buy for at 60,000, right? If you are impatient, and you can set a stop loss if you're trading at 56K, for example. So there are many recommended tools for beginners to use, things such as Trading View, where you can have chart patterns, technical analysis, indicators. The links to all of these are also in the description. You can use things like 3Commas, which are smart trading terminals and bots. And you can use tools like my favorite bridging tool if you want to do cross-chain bridging, that is transacting on different blockchains. You can use tools like dBridge, and you can also get coins which you get airdropped as tokens later on. dBridge is a wonderful tool for that. You can also use it. The link is in the description. But we cannot talk about all of this without mentioning some of the most common mistakes that you need to be avoiding, right? So don't put all your funds into one trade, right? You need to start small. Crypto is very volatile. There's so much risk involved. You need to manage that risk. You need to also consider fees, right? So you can see that fees do add up over time using low fee platforms like Binance or 𝐁𝐞𝐠𝐢𝐧𝐧𝐞 or MEXC can help you lower your fees as well. So all the links to these platforms are in the description. And avoid formal buying, right? Don't just buy green candles when something is pumping and you think, okay, I'm gonna get in on this. Try to use limit orders. Look at setting the prices where you think the asset is justifiably valued, and it typically might come back to that price, and you can fill your orders. So now let's go through the beginner checklist before you actually trade, guys. Okay, if you set up your account, KYC if you need to, right? If you're using centralized exchanges, and then you need to secure your login with 2FA. It just helps you protect your funds, fund your wallet, of course, understand the order types, set stop losses, and don't trade on emotion, right? So you need to trade smart and not fast. Crypto trading in 2025 is more accessible than ever. You don't need to be a pro to start, but you do need to have a plan. So you need to focus on security, risk management, a platform choice that is good, like the ones that I've recommended, so you can now get started with your cryptocurrency journey just like that. If you want to learn more, make sure you go to our main site, Decentralised.news, where you'll have the best cryptocurrency exchange reviews, DeFi platforms, NFT marketplaces, and all things crypto, right? You've got free resources and tools, and you'll be able to learn all about crypto on our main site. Also, you can find us on pretty much every other platform. We are available on more than 30 social media platforms. If you want to learn about decentralized finance, go get my book. It's free. It's DeFi Millionaire. You can find it at DeFi Millionaire. That's the DeFi-millionaire.com. And you can learn about staking, liquidity mining, provisioning, and trading on decentralized exchanges, and so much more. That is DeFi. If you want to get me into my mentorship program, go to DeFiCodes.com and hit me up there. I've got a special offer ongoing right now, and I can give you all the sauce that I am able to provide you, right? So like, share, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Guys, I'll see you in the next videos. Make sure you use the links down below and get started with your crypto journey this year. Much love, success, good luck.